I'm Mandy. My name's Mandy Wolf, one of the owners and founders of Mandy Salads.
I'm Rebecca Wolf, one of the owners and founders of Mandy Salads.
And how do you know each other?
We're sisters. I'm her big sister.
Sisters and best friends.
Bestie,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Life partners. We're actually the middle children of 4 kids. So
And
we're
do
the sandwich
the
kids.
2 others join in on Mandy's or no?
No.
They just do their own thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's done their own thing. But we're all in Montreal and we all live literally 2 blocks away from each other, including my mom. So
Well,
Yeah.
that's like unheard of.
yeah.
Because
We're
I'm
very
also 4
lucky.
and we all live in Montreal too. And my dad's like, everyone is so jealous of us.
Because
we're all
everyone
from
leaves.
Montreal. Yeah, because everyone goes
Yeah.
like to Toronto or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I did go to Toronto. I came right back.
Came right back.
Yeah, after 2 years. Why is your salad so expensive?
Have you been grocery shopping ever?
Actually, I really don't like grocery shopping. So that's why I'm asking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, the price of everything is so insane right now. Like I was getting blueberries. I mean, it was a larger pint for like $11.99. Okay, we don't have blueberries in our salads, but just everything like avocados, the price of lettuce, any protein, any cheese, any nut, anything that's going to fill you up and actually give you sustenance and give you the vitamins and the nutrients and like that zhuzh that we want in all of our salads costs money.
Right.
Plus the labor and, like whether we're marinating it, roasting it, blending it, like all of that is, time and labor and ingredients that the customer just doesn't have to deal with. So some people say that everything's $30, but like we have $16 salads, we have $17 salads. If you add on, sure, and certain things are going to cost more. We have a steak salad that costs more. We have a salmon salad. Go buy salmon anywhere. Like just the actual piece of salmon that you're buying is going to be like the cost of our entire salad that comes with all of these extra ingredients and the vibe and the environment and.
Yeah.
So it's
Labor.
hard. It's hard when people aren't educated to just, come at you and be like, your salads are too expensive.
I think it's also the education or the understanding of salad was always a side dish. It was never the main event. And it's like people don't bat an eye spending, $23 on a margarita pizza, which is essentially like dough and cheese and tomato sauce because that was like a meal. And now it's like the salad is the meal and all the ingredients, as Mandy said, are
it's
in
not
order.
just like lettuce and it's not lettuce and cucumbers and a dressing.
Yeah.
It's like there's real like filling, satiating, really nutritional ingredients in there. And people who know
People just want to get
don't
pissed
want.
anyways online.
Of course.
It was the
There's always the
juicing, like
trolls.
when juicing came out, people didn't understand why you're spending $12 on a juice. But it's
Yeah.
like if you know what it is to juice, like you need a whole cucumber to like yield this much
Exactly.
liquid, and it's like things are expensive. So I think
just
people
love
are
to get
learning.
angry.
Exactly. Especially now with social media.
Woo.
So when you explain your salads, is it like a gourmet salad or is it like a hearty salad? Like what is
All of the above.
Okay.
You can talk more of the food.
Yeah. We always want to make sure that there's components of crunchiness, creaminess, some juxtaposition of flavor, like either like something spicy with something sweet to offset it or salty and sweet. We love including nutritious grains, but it's not like a huge bowl of quinoa. There'll be like, a couple of scoops of quinoa for a little bit of protein, a little bit of sustenance, usually avocado, protein if you'd like. We're changing all of the oils in our salad dressings to avocado oil and olive oil.
Oh.
We're halfway there.
Yeah. Okay.
As of now.
Okay.
And we're getting, but again, it's a pricing thing. It's
Right.
not about anything other than that. And
But that's the thing is everyone's like, oh my God, they use like, I don't know how you like people use canola oil and okay, then pay the price, pay the piper.
I'm like,
if you want olive oil,
it's gonna affect the price, but we strongly believe in it and we'll be up on the cross again defending another situation. But you can't,
But you know what? At least you explained it. And
Yeah.
you'll have this clip for
half of our dressings have always been made with olive oil.
Okay.
And the ones that aren't, it was a price thing and also a flavor component. So we're trying to find a neutral oil like avocado oil that doesn't really have as strong of a flavor as olive oil to sort of, be the fly under the radar on the palate.
What was the moment you realized Mandy's could be more than just a good salad?
So many moments. I think it was more of an obsessive snowball phenomenon that started happening when people were coming back pretty much every day and then bringing someone else with them. And then that new person would bring someone else. And then it became this like regular getting to know everyone's names, everyone's orders. It was like this huge awakening in the first neighborhood that we opened.
Can you take us back to when it first opened? Because I remember I used to come a lot. So can you take us back there?
Yeah, we were in the back of my then boyfriend's clothing store called Mimi and Coco in Victoria Village.
Yeah.
And we just had like a little mini 3-foot counter in the back. And it was just through word of mouth. We weren't allowed signage outside. And Mandy and I were making all the chicken in our apartments, all the reductions for all the dressings. We were going to Metro every morning and Costco and getting all the ingredients and just making the salads that we wanted to eat. And then it was slowly like one person told another in Westmount. And it became this like cult-like secret in the back of Mimi and Coco for the first while.
And then you moved to Laurier, no? After?
Exactly. So the first one was 2004, almost 22 years ago. And then 2008, we opened up on Laurier. That's where Vince, Becca's husband, was opening up the new bougie Myland Laurier, more français, Mimi and Coco. And that's where we elevated our service style. We had actual china and real cutlery. It wasn't so takeout. And I think that's when we first sort of entered more of the French scene.
Okay. And then did you expect this level of growth or did it surprise you?
No. I mean, sorry, yes, it did surprise us because I think we never went into this hoping to have it be what it is today. That was never the plan. That plan only really came to be, I would say,
10
years ago. I think at the beginning we were just doing what we loved every day. There was no plan to even have a second or third or fourth. And then I think when we opened up Crescent and the amount of just success and exposure that happened there, people were like, why don't you do it here? And why don't you do it there? And that's when we were like, okay. And we sort of kept opening up one after the other.
And what is it like working together?
It's amazing.
Is it?
It's amazing.
Because I have a lot of people who come into the podcast and I say, wait, are you being serious?
Okay.
Like, because if I worked with my sibling, I think it would be great till it's not.
Yeah.
But but at least you could tell people you could tell each other, like, stop doing that instead of being on eggshells, right?
But not even. It's like there's such a deep trust and a knowing. And I think we also have our roles pretty clearly defined and what our talents are. Becca's brand and marketing and I'm everything food. So it's almost like she's managing front of house look and I'm managing the food that comes out. And that was established from the get-go without like sitting down and having a meeting about it. It was just what our natural talents gravitated towards. And that helps, I think, tremendously in any partnership where it's like, you know what you're supposed to be doing and you
don't step on each other's toes and you have full respect and admiration for what the other one brings. And that's sort of how it's always been.
And you're cut from the same cloth. Like you have the same set of values.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when shit hits the fan, we have each other. I can't imagine doing this alone. We say to each other all the time, like, imagine we had to go through some of these decisions on our own. Like it wouldn't happen.
And then so what was the hardest decision in the early days?
The first biggest decision was to open up on our own because we always were inside of my boyfriend's shops and we didn't have to pay rent. And then when his lease ended in Westmount, we had to make the decision to open up on our own. Can we afford rent? That was the first big like leap that we took, and it was tough and scary. And that's, I think, what gave us reinforcement that, the risk reward thing over the course of our careers is like, just take the risk and believe in yourself and it'll work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember Reagan came in and she was saying how she worked for you guys
at
the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's why I need to get them on.
Yeah. We had a salad called the Reagan Danielle's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think she said that.
Oh, she could come back.
Yeah.
Had strawberries and cute.
Strawberries and Parmesan and pita chips and balsamic dressing. It was delicious.
So good.
Yeah. Okay. And then what did Montreal teach you about food and business right away?
Montreal can be incredible, can really give back, but you have to show up fully. You have to be consistent. You have to make people feel seen, make sure that they're well taken care of. Customer service in general has gone down the drain, in my humble opinion. And for anybody to walk away, not just with like great food, but the whole experience, like the music is bumping, the people are smiling, they're listening to you. What's really cool about what we offer is that you can eat any way you want, whether you're full carnivore or celiac, vegan, like to really pay attention to what the customer wants and to be taken care of like that. And then to remember them when they come back.
Yeah.
You feel special. I mean, I like as a consumer and a customer, I would want to go back to a place that gives that kind of service.
And then with the pink umbrellas and everything.
Exactly.
Love that.
Yeah, making pretty decor was really important to us from the beginning.
Well, because when you see a pink, even when I go in somewhere else, like not like a Canadian Tire or whatever, and they have the pink, I'm like, oh, it's like Mandy's. You have that.
I love that
look.
association.
Yeah. And then what does a normal workday look like now?
Not.
We're going to go back to the beginning after.
Yeah.
But what is it now?
Every day is different.
Okay.
There are a lot of meetings. Like
right.
It's a lot of decision making.
Yeah.
It's a lot of strategy. Right now, Mandy and I are co-CEOs of the company. So we meet with all of the department heads. There's just a lot of future thinking, existing issues that are going on in the company. It's not like working in the company, it's working on the company more, I would say. Like we used to be on the bus and now we're like trying to drive the bus going forward.
Right. Okay. And you just opened where?
Our last opening was in Toronto, Yonge and Eglinton.
Right.
And
then are you going to open any?
Toronto's been
ones
amazing.
soon?
We're opening up another one in the distillery district in Toronto in
Amazing.
May, beginning
early
of
May.
May. So we're starting construction, I think, next week. And then we have 2 in Vancouver this summer.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys are killing it. And then how have your roles changed since the beginning?
We really started as being owner operators and really operators. Like we were at the bank, like Becca was saying, at the bank, at the butcher, at the baker, at the everything. We were physically making the salads, you know, sweeping, cleaning tables, going to the accountants. Like it was really, really hands-on. And now it's really strategic and much more high level and taking care of our team and making sure that our team knows what they're doing. That there's great synergies and strategy, and it's just like a lot more brain power than muscle power these days.
Okay. And then what's the least glamorous part of running Mandy's?
Managing people.
Right. Because
making difficult decisions all the time. Yeah. And while trying to protect the culture, it's like, it's just, it's very challenging. Mandy and I are
like,
very.
How many employees do you have now? Estimate.
562.
And you're
Are you serious?
actually, and also your growth, obviously, because of Vancouver, you're going to be like
Adding
600,
more.
700. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. And then how do you make big decisions together without burning out the relationship? You said that before, but maybe.
It's actually really, we've never gotten into a disagreement about which way to go, which is great, or what decision to make. And if we are feeling like we're not sure, not because there's any dissonance between us, but just we're not sure, our best strategy is just like sleep on it. Because when you're rushed or panicked or scared or fearful or any of those negative emotions, don't ever make a decision. Like just wait, the answer will come. And sometimes we've made answers a little bit blindly and sort of jumped off the cliff and hope that the wings appear.
Or reactively. That's a big lesson also, is not to be reactive, because we've made big mistakes when we're scared and we have to do it out of a rush decision or we're scared of something.
Okay. And then what was the biggest growing pain moment?
It comes down to team, I think, again, and trust.
And, you have to trust your team.
Yeah, just trusting people. And what was the exact question?
So what was the biggest growing pain?
Oh.
The moment. What was your biggest growing pain moment?
I mean, it was both a growing pain, but also one of the most beautiful chapters of our growth was when we expanded outside of Quebec. So we had, all of our head office and headquarters suddenly like in Ontario.
Right.
And then everything, our babies were left unattended here. And we're like, wait a second, we can't do that every time we open, like bring everybody.
Exactly.
So then, with every sort of new challenge, you figure out how to do it better the next time. But that was incredibly exciting too.
How did you know when it was time to expand?
We always wanted to be in Toronto, and it was always a dream of ours. And we always said, if we can make it in the big city in Canada, then we can make it anywhere. And COVID, we were planning on doing it pre-COVID, and then COVID happened. So we stopped, and that was actually a blessing because it made us decide different real estate directions that we wouldn't have done pre-COVID. And we ended up opening on Ossington, which is sort of like a bougie Milan, really artsy, cool. Yeah. So I think it was like the best thing for the brand in terms of landing in a new city.
Okay.
And
well,
Toronto,
I feel like people love to, like Ossington is like the cool.
Yeah.
Everyone is like,
scene.
oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Salads, but cool.
Yeah. And it's honestly through Instagram. Like we knew there was such a demand just for how many people in Toronto were asking us to open up there. So
really?
That was
well, it's
really
funny.
cool.
I'm chronically online, obviously, and I see people going to like your stuff all the time. I always see reviews. Everyone's obsessed. And it's so funny because we've known it forever, Mimi and Coco, whatever. And they're like, what is this place? This is insane. They have salads. They have this. You could build your own salad. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay.
Well, they don't have salad bars there. We were like, what's going on when we first opened?
No, but even in Montreal, we really don't have salad. Like nowhere really has a salad, except for maybe in the States. But like, where's a place where you could find salads that are amazing, you could do whatever you want with them?
Yeah.
I don't chopped, but not. That was in Miami or something, but it closed. Yeah. And then what's one leadership lesson you learned the hard way?
Trust your instincts about people.
That's true.
Avoiding having difficult conversations doesn't make the problem go away. It
Yeah.
makes it way worse. And we're very optimistic, give people the benefit of the doubt kind of people. And that, that's a great value to live by in terms of just how you want to be in the world, but it can sometimes make for really difficult people relationships. So if you're getting a bad vibe from someone, just trust it. Like, it's not going to get better. Like, you owe it to yourself and to them to have a difficult conversation. But if it keeps happening, like, you sometimes have to make some really difficult calls.
I have that problem too.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
No,
That
it's not.
changed.
The
It's
worst.
not. After
It's the
14 times, you're
worst.
like, I think it'll be
No.
fine. Maybe the 15th time, just give it a 15th chance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm an avoidant. So, and then how do you avoid burnout?
Well, when we first started, just the nature of what we were doing, and I think being in the clothing store, we were never really a dinner destination. So without even formulating this schedule, we were sort of done by 3:00. And this was before we even had kids. So it's the same kind of thing now that we have kids in our lives. We stop work at pickup time. We have our family time, and there's sort of like a blackout period where we're just not dealing with work, and we're we're loving and spending quality time with our children and our families.
It's also having an incredible team around
Yeah,
us. I think at the beginning we didn't have that luxury, and now we have so many people there to support us through whatever we're going through. And if it's like we need a time off, it's okay. And we know that the company isn't going to fall apart. And I think that's a big part of it also. And exercise. It sounds really cliche, but
No,
we
it's true.
move a
Yeah.
lot,
Yeah.
and it's more so than our bodies for our minds. Like, it makes a huge
Right.
difference.
Do you go to, oh, yes, you do. Yes, the other cult.
We
The
go
other
to
cults.
Val
I
and
tell her
Jen
all the
at
time,
the
though.
studio. We're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
obsessed. Like, they've changed our lives.
No,
They
it's
really
true.
have.
No, a lot of my friends go there, and I did that whole thing on Neighborhood because
Yeah.
I grew up in Westman and whatever, but I never went to her.
Yeah.
And I did that whole thing, and then she started following me, and I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna write me a really mean message.
yeah, we showed
I was
her. We
waiting.
showed her. We're like,
it was
look,
you.
I think we showed her, yeah.
We showed her,
No,
like,
'cause
look at
even-
this and then national and the
well,
whole
it's
thing.
basically like
Yeah.
what I would do. I was just
Yeah.
like making fun
She
of
loved
myself
it.
and whatever. No, but when people follow me, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna be so
feel-
mean to me. And then she literally was like, love your stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta come. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I can't afford that. $100 a time. No, I'm kidding. But you know what I mean? Because that's what I said. I said it was so expensive,
Yeah.
like taking out rent, like another mortgage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to go. I actually wrote her.
She's worth it.
Well, yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
it's fun to have somebody yell at you or tell you
Yeah.
what to do for a full hour, and you don't have to make any decisions.
Exactly.
And come out of there feeling incredible. And
Well, a lot of people go to her
Yeah.
or like downstairs.
It's like, and it's also just a very female safe space,
Yeah.
which is really welcoming and amazing.
Well, it's true. I don't really know any. Like, I know like one or two guys that
There's
go
a couple
there,
guys that work out in the basement.
but in the basement. Yeah, with
That's
that
where they're
cocoa guy.
allowed.
it's not
Yeah.
a judgmental community in there. Like, I've been to gyms where people are just staring you up and down in
Yeah,
the
no.
dressing room, and it doesn't feel good. And
Yeah.
it's like there's none of that there.
Well, I've
like
been trying to
Thomas Umar.
find like more of a community for the workouts because I haven't worked out in 2 years or 3 years. And
come.
yeah,
Join
every
the
time I
cult.
say that on Instagram, she's like, okay, hello. But I'm like, yeah, but then once I go, I'll probably get addicted. And then it's like amazing. But then you got to go every day. I'm very like, go every day or don't go at all.
Okay.
But it'll be
Come
good
on
for
our
her.
schedule. It's very balanced.
Well, okay, well, I won't
Okay.
tell.
Well,
you
we'll
know.
tell you after.
Yeah, tell me after because then people will be like, where are they? Go to Mandy's order.
Wolf Bowl chicken, no tomatoes.
Lately, it's been the slammin' salmon. I'm obsessed.
And what's that one?
It's a maple smoked cubed salmon, and there's puffed quinoa for a
Ooh.
little bit of a crunchiness that's not so heavy, with like dill and nutritional yeast and toasted almonds, and then there's roasted Brussels sprouts and fennel, and it's with a sun-dried tomato dressing,
The dressing is
and
so
I'm
good.
obsessed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then go to coffee order. Why don't you say like where you go and your order if you go out?
I love being at home in the
Okay.
morning,
So do I.
and I make like a big pot of coffee, and I love my coffee at home, and then I don't drink coffee the rest of the day.
Wow, I wish I could do that. Do you tea? Matcha?
Sparkling water all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed also that I love a good drip coffee in the morning. And my favorite part of it is the silk. It's like an almond
Right.
sweetener.
Tastes like melted ice cream.
It's so good. It just satisfies me.
And
if
that's
ever
the
I
whole
do
day.
go out and if ever I do go
That's-
out, it's like a flat white with oat milk, wherever.
So not regular milk.
Oat.
Like a splash, but I find like a cow milk latte, kind of repulsive.
I'm like obsessed with regular milk. Like everyone, but whenever
Like
I
a
order it,
little
people
bit.
are like,
But like
little used to just drink huge glasses of
Yeah, yeah,
milk
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
cookies and
Yeah.
just drink
bowl
it.
of like whipped milk with like a little bit of coffee.
that's actually amazing. And then best Montreal lunch spot. That's not Mandy's.
I would say Mano Cornuto for
I
vibe
haven't been there
and
in forever.
food. It's so
Yes,
much
it is
fun.
good there.
Yeah.
You guys really,
Yum.
that's a different one because usually everyone says other stuff, but
I love the Mayak.
okay, that's
It's
also a good one.
consistent. It's bangers.
Yeah.
It's like always
vibey.
bumping. It's a vibe. I feel like it's so like Montreal,
Yeah.
and it's delicious. I
And
love
then underrated Montreal neighborhood.
it. For me, I mean, for me, it's more of a destination because I don't live in the Monkland Village. But
Mhm.
honestly, that strip for food, versus me going like to the Milan or Little Italy, I love it. There's like La Menerie Bakery, Maître Boucher. There's À la Table.
Right.
Then you go up a little bit. There's like Solomos for their salmon. Like it's like my happy afternoon when I
Yeah.
get to go like just pick up all my favorite foods from the
And it's not
Monkland
too
Village
far.
area. No, I love it.
And then, well, you didn't answer that one.
People always ask where to go shopping from out of town in Montreal. And I'm always like, where do you shop outside in Montreal? Like, where's there a concentration of shops that are really cool? And I'm not just plugging this because Mimi and Coco's there now, but on Saint Laurent between Laurier and Fairmount, I would say there's so many cool shops. Like when somebody's here from out of town, I always send them to that area. It's like both sides of the street going north from Laurier on Saint Laurent is super cool.
I've seen whenever, because my brother lives in Little Italy. I always like drive by. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
that's
like a really
interesting.
dense
But you know, in
pocket
the
of
winter,
shops.
you're just like, okay, that's a summer problem, you know, like because you don't want to get out of your car. Overrated food trend.
Matcha.
The
Agreed.
obsession with protein. Just
Oh,
eat balanced.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
Just eat balanced.
Well,
Just
everything.
stop
No, now
obsessing
it's
over
like
protein.
there's protein in everything, like
No.
coffee, popcorn, like all this
Protein
stuff.
popcorn?
Yeah, because Khloe
Well,
Kardashian
it's like Khloe
just came out.
Kardashian. It's
Khloe
really
Kardashian.
good.
Well, yeah, it's obviously amazing, but it's like, okay, but how do you know if it's actually protein? It's probably like 0.2%. But yeah. Fairmont or St. Viator? Bagels.
We were laughing about this on the way here, and our favorite bagel is at this place in the West Island called. It's in Marché de l'Ouest.
Yeah.
And it's at the end. And what's it called?
It's it's across from Cavallaro before you hit Dollarama. It's called Hansel and Bagel.
It's the best
Oh.
bagel
They're
in Montreal.
always there.
Doughy
I'm
but
gonna go.
crispy, and our kids love their rainbow bagels. It's like I don't know how they.
What's
I mean,
it called?
Hansel and Bagel instead of like
Okay.
Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
Hansel and Bagel.
They're insane.
Because they also do that at another place in Point Claire, like the Rainbow.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called? The
I don't
bagel
know.
place?
I don't know what that's
It's okay.
called. Yeah.
Late night food order, if you're up late.
I'd say when we're hungry, it would be butter chicken with lots of extra naan from Bombay Mahal on Uber Eats.
Ooh. Both of you?
If I get in from a late night and like I'm starving, I'll generally make fried eggs, but I fry them with chili oil, and it's my favorite thing. Like a ton of sea salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then one Montreal habit you love.
I love our resilience. Like we have 4 insanely intense seasons, and I feel like that kind of represents our personalities.
Yeah.
Like we can get through it all. We're
Yeah.
like dripping in sweat in the summer, and like we're, minus 30 and geared up. Like this morning I went cross country skiing on the mountain just because it's like right there, and like you can do all these
did
fun
that
things
in the morning?
Yeah.
I know she's a superstar. I love running on the mountain in the summer. That's like my go-to feeling of Montreal for
Yeah.
sure.
And then you go for the little lookout and whatever.
Yeah.
What time did you wake up to do that?
I wake up early. 5.
Wow. Still pitch black outside.
Yeah.
And then one Montreal habit you hate.
Sitting in traffic, unnecessary traffic. Everything
Yeah.
takes 3 times as long to get to. It's very,
I find
very
it's been
frustrating.
better recently. Like, I don't know, like maybe in the last week. Because
Maybe.
everyone's gone.
Everyone's
Maybe.
gone.
No, I'm kidding. No, I came back on last Friday and I was like, this is amazing. Like, why can't it be like this all the time? My mom's like, because everyone is gone. You can get a parking spot, go in $1. It only takes 22 minutes. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But so traffic, okay.
Traffic and language politics.
Don't I know it? And then what advice would you give someone starting a food brand in Montreal today?
Make sure that you know that your product is a killer. It's going to be bang on. People are going to love it, and to have patience. There's so many brands that seem like they explode overnight, and even with us, people think like, oh, maybe not right now as an overnight success, but they didn't know the 10 years where we were struggling and couldn't make rent and we're sharing a car. And, there's this immediacy and impatience right now, just with everything. So whatever it is that you're going to put out there, just stay the course if you really truly believe in it. And
what's the problem? Everyone thinks that everything just happens.
Yeah.
So fast.
And also bring something that's innovative to the city and don't copy. I think that Montreal picks up on that right away. And there's so many incredible concepts that don't exist here. There's so much room for people to start different food things here. Like I wish so many concepts would come here. So I find in Montreal, people tend to always do the same sort of iteration of the other. And it's just
what do you wish would come here? More clothing?
Yeah, but in the food space, lots more clothing.
Well, it is
a
true.
shopping
There's
area
a lot of
outside.
the same in Montreal versus like there should be more of other things.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a reason, right? No?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. And then what do you wish you knew before starting? We touched up on that, but maybe.
I think that the fun part was going to be at the very beginning, and that all the messiness and the craziness and the hard work is actually more fun than some of the stressful things that are happening now, even though measurably we could be more successful at this point. But I think the fun really happened when sometimes we couldn't pay rent and we were just having a really good time. And we were having wild house parties in my house with all the staff, and we didn't have HR and legal, and we could just do all the fun things and have it be one big happy family. So there's a lot of change that happens with growth and structure that takes away the fun, I would say. So
and not everything was recorded and documented, and you could hug your staff without them being like, I prefer a no touch environment.
Exactly. Well, now you have to ask, right?
Yes.
Oh, I should have asked you when I hugged you. Whoops.
We're huggers. It's all good.
Yeah. What's next for Mandy's? Well, we know about Vancouver. But like, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so we're opening 3 for sure this year.
Okay.
So Toronto, 2 in Vancouver, and then we're looking south of the border. So we're very actively wanting
Florida.
to. I think we're going to hit Miami is going to be the first. So we're very excited.
As I said, there's literally nothing. There's no salad places.
There's nothing.
I go to Delray, but Miami, come to Delray.
Yeah.
I love Delray.
Well, it'd be very with the pink and the whatever. It'd be very cute.
Yeah.
People love
and it's
a nice
very up and coming
salad
now.
in the
My
heat.
parents are like, this is so scary. Like, it's getting super busy. Before it was kind of like dead and cute. Now on a Saturday night, it's like wild there.
Yeah.
But it's, next one. Maybe in 2 years.
Okay.
We're also developing a whole line of homeware called Maison Mandy. So we want to eventually be able to give people everything in the restaurant to take home. So from wallpaper to lamps to kitchenware to all of it.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
Well, it's funny because those friggin' bowls, the bowls that you use, I'm like, I always see them, or like I don't see them, but I'm always like, what bowls do they use? Because it's just so like
a good
the
size
amount.
bowl.
Yeah. Because when you're at home, you're like, oh, you have like a little bowl, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, where do they get them? But we'll buy them from you.
There you go.
They also make great popcorn bowls.
Oh.
And pasta.
So when's that coming out? Soon?
Yeah.
Actually?
We're working on it.
Okay.
Yeah. We're slowly launching different things at a time. Like we just launched like dessert tile plates, for example, beautiful new glassware. We have a line of plates that just came out. So we're going to be in stages. Yeah.
Wow, you guys are fucking bosses. Do we cover this? Like, why did you come up with Mandy's? Like the salads? Like, why?
Yeah, no, we didn't cover it.
Okay.
So we came up with the idea when I was living in New York, and this was 20 some odd years ago, and I was doing an art program at Parsons, and at the base of my building of my dorm was create your own salad place, and I would eat there every day with my friends. And when I got back to Montreal after the program, I went to Mandy and I said, there's nowhere to eat like this. And she was incredible in the kitchen. She didn't have formal culinary schooling, but she just was always like, whatever came out of her kitchen was always amazing. And I asked her if she would help make a menu, and we could use the back of my boyfriend's store, which was like a closet. And she was doing catering at the time out of her own place. And she came up with an incredible menu. And that was sort of how we wanted to make something that didn't exist that we loved eating.
Yeah. So the gap in the market.
The gap in the market. And also because we were in the clothing store, we couldn't make anything hot. Like,
so you had to do
we didn't have a
cold
permit
salads.
for like a stovetop or anything that would require the heating elements. So it all kind of circumstantially worked out. Yeah.
And then why is it called Mandy's? Like, I get it.
I don't.
But like, what about you? What about you?
People ask about it all the time. At the very beginning, she, and still does, makes all the food. And I would walk around the Victoria Village with these clear containers. We used to have our
I remember
takeout
those cleared
containers.
ones.
Yeah, I
Oh.
miss those containers.
Yeah.
And they were these vibrant, beautiful colored ingredients in there. And it looked so healthy. And people would ask me all the time what I was eating. And I would be like, I'm eating Mandy made me a salad. I'm eating a Mandy salad. And it would just, I would tell
Okay, so
everyone
that's
that it was a
why.
Mandy salad. And at the time, I don't think either of us knew where it would be today. And she's the most like humble, private person. And I convinced her that also, I think in branding, it's nice to have a human being behind whatever it is, like the service or the product that you're consuming. And I convinced her that if it's like, it was her name on it,
Yeah,
that it would be
you'd
like,
sell
Mandy's
more.
actually making your salad. There's something homey and
Well, you
inviting
were at the
about it.
beginning,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we slapped her name on it. That was the end of that.
Yeah.
So what is Haven?
So Haven Greens is this huge hydroponic indoor, incredible, I don't want to say farm because a farm connotes outside, but it's indoor. It's incredibly agriculturally, scientifically modern. I am not a spokesperson for them whatsoever, and I'm using very generic terms, but we did have the chance to go visit their facilities. It's so brilliant what they've constructed and like all of the engineering and the tech that goes into it, like from the sprouts to the how they compost the earth. And like I think it's 60 days until the lettuce is finally ready for picking and there's no pesticides. It's in like a
Amazing.
temperature controlled area. It's so cool. So you have consistent lettuce that has way less of a carbon footprint coming from Ontario to Montreal than getting our stuff from like Arizona and California
Right.
before. And then everything that was happening with the States and just all of that. It was just, let's partner locally and we're so
Good.
happy. We love
Keep
them.
it local.
Yeah.